Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Nathan Mottee for the Australian Evolutionary Movement, and we saw it was a big win for Nigel Farage and the Brexit Party by winning the European elections, and so long to Theresa May. Unfortunately for Tommy, Nigel is the face of Brexit and you can't take that away. But big things will be coming as we hear the Brexit Party is a talking point for the Bilderberg meeting, and on that, leftists are destroying democracy in Britain. We see Trump in the UK has further ignited tensions between the left and the right, and it's only a matter of time until someone is seriously injured again. From that, a Trump supporter had his head split open from a bike chain swung by radical leftist college professor. That was a few years ago, but that's not what happened in this scenario of what I'm going to show you. There was a Trump supporter, an old man. He was violently thrown to the ground by a mob of leftists in Parliament Square at an anti-Trump rally. So it was after the old man supposedly grabbed an anti-Trump place card and refused to give it back. We'll just play that video. Just vicious attacks from the far left. But we see the media in overdrive when Antifa were beat up by the Proud Boys, but hardly a peep for this. And these attacks continue to happen. Another elderly war veteran had a milkshake thrown at him as he polled for the Brexit Party. Sargon of Akkad was doused with milkshake on his campaign for a fourth time in a week. Carl Benjamin is his real name. So some say Twitter's involvement in promoting these attacks is intentional, but arguably some might say Sargon, he deserved this after he repeatedly joked about raping a Labour MP. And I'm not accusing Sargon of anything. I haven't actually seen a response from him, but it is worth pointing out. So Trump received a warm welcome when this video surfaced online of a crowd of Trump supporters chanting "We love Trump." Here's the video for that.
Just know that the great deplorables of the United Kingdom love you, we are with you, we stand with you, and we want you to succeed. Forget about the people in London, forget about the establishment, forget about the...
Arguably, there's a lot of shadiness with Trump and his connections with the elites, and failure to actually go through with anything, like fully releasing the JFK files, the 9/11 investigation, locking Hillary up, building the wall, draining the swamp, and how he threw Assange under the bus. But in fact, it takes more time to listen to Jared Kushner, and we all know Jared Kushner is a globalist and somewhat pulling the strings, but that's just my opinion. If you disagree, you can comment below and let me know what you think. But all this, I'd have to say that Trump's most highlighting moment was calling Sadiq Khan a stone-cold loser. It's funny and all, but it's just tit-for-tat name-calling, and it doesn't get anywhere, and people just suck right into this little wars that we see. So while shit just gets worse and nothing gets done, stories like this are headlining talking points, and it's kind of a joke. It's ideological warfare, and it's embarrassing that we came from such a civilized society and transformed into this bickering amongst each other. Divide and conquer is happening as we see it. So also some of the other stuff to happen from this, there was a giant model of Donald Trump sitting on a golden toilet while tweeting. There was angry protesters yelling, calling each other insults, just like bickering children. That almost escalated into violence, and if the milkshaking isn't enough, wait until they start using acid. Of course, the main media attraction is around Trump's handshake with the Queen, using their power to divert the people away from what's really happening, failure to suggest a decent solution. So what I'll show you now, there was a Trump dared to utter the words of a UK knife crime when he had an interview with Piers Morgan. It's just more hinting that doesn't actually happen, just like his look at what's happening in Sweden speech. President Donald Trump is waiting over the UK's knife crime debate, describing hospitals as a sea of blood because everyone is being stabbed. You see this all over the news. It is an actual issue with the knife crime rate going incredibly high over the last few years. Crime in general in London. He says this what's happening in London. He said we got to make this a main talking point, national. There's the interview for anyone that hasn't seen it. But something good to come out of all of this was seeing that the giant baby Trump balloon blimp had been destroyed by someone because someone knifed it open. So at least that's something good to come out of this. Lastly, we'll just finish up. So there was an article by the Daily Mail of anti-Trump protesters leaving behind a mountain of litter after Jeremy Corbyn blasted Trump on his stance about the environment. As you'd expect, just total hypocrisy. And Trump came out and he called this fake news that there had been protests because of him, which is strange. So just remember, whenever there's a big story in the media, always look for what they're trying to distract you from. So anyways, that's the take on Trump in the UK, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Just remember to like and subscribe, because it really helps. Support the movement, Australian Evolutionary Movement. This is Mottee here. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Head over to the Australian Evolutionary Movement YouTube channel and subscribe to this channel to support the work that we're doing here. You can also go to Facebook, the Australian Evolutionary Movement, for some great content and news you won't get anywhere else. Also find my personal Mottee page on Facebook. I do recommend using alternative platforms like Minds, but you can also find me here.